Hey, everybody. It's time once again for all things pop culture. Cancel culture is not it. Cancel culture is where it's at. And here he is, the host of our show, John Kensel.
Hey, thanks for that thunderous round of applause for.
Oh,
there you go.
okay,
My bad.
All
You
right,
didn't tell me the protocol.
Sorry. Thanks for coming out tonight, listening to our super show. We have legendary Wib with us.
Hey, everybody.
And we have one of my favorite comics in the area, Mr. Dave Permiano right now. Dave Permiano. Permiano.
Very funny. He got more applause than you, too.
Oh. But I hope you guys had a nice. Dave got his first shot. I got my two. Wood had his 2 shots.
I had my 2 shots, and I marinated. Okay, that was at least 2 weeks ago. So
What's that mean?
that means the time period that you're supposed to wait until you can actually French kiss again. Okay, because they have some restrictions.
What's that mean?
That means, well, I'm sorry that I told you about girls, John. Okay.
And I think I might have scared Dave a little bit before the show when I told you what happened to me, how I developed a breast and stuff like that.
I've had that since I was 8. So.
You guys are lucky.
Did you have any?
I got the hives, and the things just blew up on me around my face and around around my neck and things like that. Like for 2 days, I was like that, and that was like pretty scary. But I had been through it before when I ate things that were,
like
I was allergic to,
like strawberries.
I think that I am allergic to strawberries and shrimp. Okay,
which
are
gotta
perfect
muscle
together.
You got to muscle through though, because
Clam up,
Yeah.
will you? Okay, sorry.
He just reminded me of something. My mother, I took care of for like the last 15 years of her life, and I would take her to a diner not too far from where I live at, called the Dining Car. It's a famous institution.
Is it made out of old train cars?
To be honest with you, it was originally, but whenever you go to a diner, you don't order. She would order a seafood, like a scrod sandwich or a grouper pancake. Like
You'll get scrod.
I don't know what scrod is. What is scrod? Is it like a dead seagull?
Scrod is a bottom feeder sort of fish, and it's not as tempting. It's a little bit fatty.
Yeah.
Okay, scrod, and it's not. I don't think it's too popular in this. We got cod.
it's what the diners clear out of real seafood restaurants' dumpsters so they
Exactly.
can serve it.
She ordered like some kind of shrimp salad and octopus testicles and stuff, but it was always a seafood concoction. And I would order a normal diner food, like I'll have a ham and cheese sandwich or hot turkeys, and the waitress would see my mom and she'd come over and she'd say, "Is everything all right, Mrs. Kensel?" And she would say, "This is off. It's not. I don't think it's fresh. It's off," and send it back. And that's the most embarrassing thing in the world is when I'm like, "Ugh, don't order pancake. Order something that's normal. You get a diner. You don't order something that's not."
Yeah, bars and diners you don't get seafood from.
And there's a story I've said a dozen times. I went to Hooters with my friend Al.
Oh, they have good shrimp there.
Yeah, close. Hooters, chicken cheesesteaks, French fries, cheesesteaks, hot wings, and pork sandwiches.
You went to Hooters for the food?
Well, no, that's what you order, but
Okay.
my friend Al, who's
I mean, I think it's
John.
encouraged so you don't just get called out for ogling. It's
and I'll never forget this exactly. And he ordered a sausage salad, right? And the girl comes back over, and it was a regular salad, but they cut a piece of link sausage up the size like nickels and sprinkled it in it. And she gave it to my friend Al, and she said, "Excuse me, sir, can I tell you something?" And he said, "What?" And she said, "I wouldn't eat this if I were you."
That's the best tip a waiter ever gave a diner.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. She said that. But let's start the show. I have some tweets that I'll cut.
Yeah, John's tweets.
I'm going to cut down on them a little bit, but here's the tweets for the week. Hey, did you see Bill Gates is getting divorced?
Yes.
You know why?
Why?
His wife found naked pictures of the robot from Short Circuit under his bed.
Danger, danger.
Hey, the worst part about being a kid and visiting my dad in Facebook jail, seeing the teardrop tattoo he had under his eye for killing a snitch in a chat room. Here's a choice. He was a changed man after those 12 hours in the joint. He could only sleep on concrete for months. Hey, I said I went to the bathroom during Rocky, and my friend said number 1 or number 2. And I said, I don't know, the one he fights Mr. T.
That's funny.
Then man, we just fell about the place. All right.
That's a horror show.
My brother and his pregnant wife accidentally took. My brother and his pregnant wife, she's pregnant.
Oh.
They accidentally took Lorenzo Lamas classes. And when she went into labor, the baby drove out on a Harley Sportster out of her vagina and down Route 66. We never saw him again.
Never mind, John. That's an image you don't see on Roadrunner, okay?
My favorite Facebook quiz. Which sea shanty was number 1 the year you were born? Mine was the Merkin wore mine was the mermaid wore a merkin of seaweed by Captain Schmegma.
I was a Gregorian chant man myself.
In high school, my friends were all talking about hot female rock stars. Stevie Nicks, Joan Jett, Hart. And I said, oh, really? I got a chubby for that chick, Alice Cooper. Then it got all weird. Plus, I was homeschooled, and my friends were the
He
water
used
heater.
to wear dresses on stage and stuff. They all were like, you know.
Well, they all the eyeliner on, yeah.
You know the movie Taken with Liam Neeson?
Yes.
Taken.
Oh, I've only heard about it.
It's a really fun, well-made movie. I found the way to make the movie.
I know he goes.
That's it.
He's relentlessly trying to get his child back.
Right.
Get me back my son. That was Ransom with.
But I know how to make Taken better. He's on the phone and he says, if you're looking for a ransom, I can tell you, I don't have any money. But what I do have is a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. And then he starts stilt walking. This is a 100% true story.
Just like the stilt one?
Yes. Last weekend, I heard a guy say this sentence here. I want to punch that Lady Gaga in the face.
Oh my God, poker face.
And I said, why? And he said, because she wore a meat suit. Or meat dress. And then, no lie, as he was talking, his cell phone went off, and his ringer was the theme to The Sopranos. And that's it for the tweets this week.
Wow. Poor Lady Gaga. All right.
Yes.
A lot of clap.
The Rocky one.
applause
The
breaks
Rocky
on
one
this.
was really good. The Rock. That made me laugh out loud when I read your tweet.
Oh, do we rank them now?
Oh, no. But that.
Crossover episode? Okay.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk about something too. Is wait, what was the thing we were going to talk about with the? I'm speaking. You guys got to chat for 1 second. I have to get the link up right here.
Okay.
You guys like Houdini?
Now I love Houdini.
A little bit before
okay?
my time.
Houdini was yes, he died in 1926. And there's always Houdini, for people who don't know and lived in a cave or were tied up in a straitjacket and thrown in a trunk. He was an escapologist, okay? The highest paid magician, the highest paid performer in vaudeville.
Right.
Okay? And he also made movies. He bought giant novelty companies and things like that all over the world. He played all over the world. He was an escapologist.
Didn't he have a brother like Handjobini?
Yes, it was his right hand man. Okay. he wasn't ambidextrous. But no, he actually had a brother who he got into the business. Now, Houdini was big. I mean, to be the highest paid person in vaudeville at time, if you don't know what vaudeville is, then it was Ed Sullivan before television.
Yeah, but people didn't have TV, so they would go out to the little theaters for cheap shows.
They would go there for cheap shows and 20 acts, or maybe 10 acts. I think that's what.
How times haven't changed.
Yeah, it's exactly. They were like giant open mics. Okay.
Yeah, if you find you read about like how the stars had started out then. And they would say that it wasn't like one comedy show. It was an opera. Someone would sing one opera song for 4 minutes and get off. Then they had Siamese twins.
Yeah, he was
accountants.
he was called. He started out by being Handcuff Harry. Okay, he would be able to get out of any handcuffs, and he would say, he had different pressures and different hidden keys and things like that. And he revived his act, okay, because the handcuffs are all right, but you wanted more. But he would challenge people all over the world, and he did it all over the world, to have him escape their jails, okay, have them escape anything. And in Scranton, Pennsylvania, now the brewers got together and put him inside. This is the truth. The brewers got together and put him inside a keg, one of those wooden keg of beers, and they put it on the stage, and they put a curtain around it, and in 10 minutes he was out of it. And that was his big thing in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Well, one of the things I've loved is I want to make this become a regular part of the show. I love reading bad reviews.
Okay.
Especially on people selling things on eBay, and it's hilarious. But this, we just mentioned the person and the city I'm talking about, and that's Scranton, Pennsylvania, where they filmed The Office. They flew in there every week to film The Office. But
the Electric City, I think that's what they call Scranton, because it was one of the first ones to actually have electricity.
I think I heard that on The Office.
Yes.
Oh, I'm shocked.
I mean, that's how anyone's heard of Scranton.
Yeah,
that's
true.
I like that you keep current.
Hey.
But in Scranton, there's a place called the Houdini Museum. And it always amazed me because I thought, oh my God, do you think? But, I'm thinking of a real museum with a curator and an old security guard with a white head. Be careful, kids. There's an exploding escape mechanism that guy had. Don't watch yourself, watch your fingers. Like one time I went to a Great Adventure, and they had it was for Halloween, and they had the Houdini's haunted house, and it was all demonic, and the floors and ghosts are coming out. I'm thinking, I didn't know Houdini was so evil. You know what I mean? It's like, when you watch these shows on TV too.
Did they lose the rights to Chris Angel or something?
Yeah, he was evil.
One of the big things that he would actually do was he would debunk anybody who thought they were a spiritualist or a mind reader, and he devoted most of his career or his spare time to debunking these people. He would go and pretend he was a normal slub, and then see how they did it.
And it was interesting. It's but I never realized, you watch these ghost hunter shows. They always go to a closed down insane asylum. Really, people are there being cared for and helped out for their issues. But there's always places of evil and torment. You play a video game. Oh, you have to go through this horrible insane asylum.
At least they wait till it's cleared out. Look at that one.
Magic. Sorry about that story. That was magical.
I take it as a compliment.
One time I had to pick up Whit at the Trenton. There's my Philadelphia accent. Trenton train station, and I got lost and I went the wrong way. And I drove past, and honest to God, it's called this. We can look it up. The Trenton Insane Asylum the Trenton Home for the Criminally Insane. It's like something you see on a Batman or a Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
He's running through the woods. But Dave, this looks like horror movie central.
You're making me nostalgic for my old alma mater.
But back to Houdini.
I was a cook there.
Really, at the insane asylum?
Oh yeah, I used to serve soup to nuts.
Hello. And
sorry.
So Houdini, the most famous magician, escape artist. No,
yes.
Wait, he was
escapeologist.
Was he a magician or an escape guy? I never saw him pull.
He transformed himself into an escapeologist. Okay, and he and his brother would simultaneously do acts in the same town, where they would be able to.
Like Gallagher toe?
They would hang from a building, tied by their feet and in straitjackets, and they wiggled their way out of it.
Yes. Now
he used to do it behind a curtain, and so the people couldn't see. And then somebody suggested to him, "Why don't you do it in front of the people?" And what he would contort his bones and things like that. He was always an athlete, so he was able to to twist himself in different ways. So, and it was.
And they used to say too that, what do you do?
It was vaudeville.
Yeah, they used to say he could dislocate his shoulder and undislocate his wrist so he could pull the handcuffs off. No, he had a key somewhere or fake handcuffs. He could hit a button, take it off. And it was all theatrics, but like he could
usually in the rectal cavity.
Exactly. Hold on.
There were talk about him hiding keys in certain parts, and he would put like a latex sort of thing and have the key in between his fingers or something. He was. But he actually sued people who said he wasn't, really escaping.
I thought that was very interesting. There's a movie, I don't know if you heard of it, called The Avengers, a Marvel movie. It's a little movie. It's like, only played art houses. But before the last one came out, people were suggesting online of how they were going to kill Thanos, the head bad guy. Mm-hmm. And it was a big to-do where they're going to have Ant-Man go into his rectum and become full-sized. All right, and
destroyed them.
Well, if they wanted to be comic book accurate.
Yeah. Right. But Houdini, all I know is I've seen like those old videos of him, like black and white, and people are doing the Charleston with straw hats, and there he is trying to get out of a potato sack. All right, and I guess back then, if that's all you saw in the theater, you were like amazed by it. But so anyway, so in
his most amazing trick was in the Hippodrome, which was the largest theater in New York. It was giant, it was the Hippodrome. And he made an elephant disappear, okay, Houdini. And